In the last video, we set up the square as a prefab so that we could have a left option and a right option. So looking back at Unity, when we play the game, we have a left option and a right option. However, now we need to fix the code because it's asking us to pick a number that's less than 3, but both numbers are greater than 3. So we need to figure out how to have one option less than the question number and one option greater than or equal to the question number. So let's go into our code. What we're going to have to do is continually generate the left number and the right number until one of them is less than the question number and only one of them is less than it. That means the other will have to be greater than or equal to. And in order to do that, we're going to say that in a while loop. A while loop uses a Boolean variable. A Boolean is a value, but it's only one of two values. A Boolean is either true or it is false. Unlike an integer where you can have infinitely many integers, a Boolean is only two different options. So let's go ahead and create the Boolean variable for our while loop. We're going to say private static bool for Boolean. Let's go ahead and name this variable option check. Go down into our start function and give us a little bit of room just so we can space it out. We need to set up our while loop within our start function. So as soon as we start the game, it automatically has potential answers set up for us. So let's go ahead and start with the while loop. In order to run the while loop, we have to know whether option check is true or option check is false. Since it is one of two things, let's go ahead and assign it to true. Then, after you say option check is true, type while and then in parentheses option check. And you're going to have an open bracket and a closed bracket. And go ahead and give space in between. So while option check is true, we want it to generate the left number and right number and check to see how they compare to the question number. So we're going to start moving some code around. While option check is true, we want the left number to be chosen randomly. So cut that and paste it in the while loop. And we also want the right number to be chosen randomly. So again, cut that and paste that in the while loop as well. Go ahead and clean some of this up by getting rid of the extra white space. So option check is true. While option check is true, we're going to generate random numbers. Now, the left option text and right option text are in the wrong place. So let's go ahead and cut those out, and they need to be applied after the while loop. So once those numbers are finally chosen, then we can put that into text. So while we're choosing the numbers, and then once we can leave this while loop, so once option check is false, we will leave this while loop and put those numbers into the option texts. So we've generated a left number and we've generated a right number, but we still do not have a way of knowing if only one of them is less. So we're going to use an if statement. So if, and then open up a parenthesis, what are our options? If the left number is less than the question number. So in this case, the left number is correct. Ampersand is and, because if the left number is less than the question number and the right number is greater than or equal to the question number, then we are permitted to leave this while loop. So option check can now become false. But this isn't our only option. Let's go over this one more time. This is saying that if the left number is less than the question number and the right number is greater than or equal to the question number. So this is setting the left number up as the correct answer and the right number as the incorrect answer. So go ahead and comment on that. The left is correct and the right is incorrect. Then we're going to be permitted to leave this while loop and put those numbers into the text. Now we need to take care of for when right is correct and left is incorrect. So that's going to be else if, open parentheses, the right number is less than the question number and the left number is greater than or equal to the question number. Then option check is also false. So we can also leave the while loop. So this is for when the right is correct and left is incorrect. So let's go over this while loop one more time. While option check is true, we set it to true at the very start, so we're definitely going to enter this while loop. It's going to choose a random left number and a random right number. If that left number is the correct answer and the right is incorrect, then we will be permitted to leave this while loop, so it'll automatically exit and place those numbers into the text. If that's not true, else if the right answer is correct and the left is incorrect, then we're also allowed to leave this while loop. And then the numbers will be placed into the text or into our game. Let's say that the left and right numbers don't fit any of these criteria. Well, the option check is still true. So it's going to go back up and pick two new numbers and try again. And it's going to stay in this while loop until the first if statement or the else if statement criteria is met. Then option check is going to have a value of false. So let's go ahead and comment this while loop and say, so this while loop chooses numbers until one is correct and the other incorrect. Let's go ahead and save this and check it out in Unity. Now, when we run the game, pick a number less than 9. 4 is less than 9 and 9 is not less than 9. So the left option is correct, the right is incorrect. Let's try again. Pick a number less than 3. 10 is not less than 3, but 2 is less than 3. So the left is incorrect and the right is correct. So now our question is posed and we have two options where one is definitely correct and the other is definitely incorrect. However, if our player runs into it, nothing happens. So eventually, in a later video, we're going to have choosing the correct answer add to your score, and we're also going to have the question restart once the correct answer is chosen. If you found this video helpful, remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And please feel free to put any questions below. If it's a question that's simple to answer, I'll go ahead and write my response. Otherwise, I'll do a video response, but please feel free to comment below.